fuck we want.
Hey, bitch!
And you're still only 39. That must feel good.
Hey, bitch!
Oh, listen, I don't have time.
Marla gets murdered by Feldstrom. I saved you 2 hours. Hey there YouTube, Bed Bath & Bongs here. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to start off reviewing a movie that me and my wife watched on Netflix. I came home from work tonight and did a little Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying. And it is a movie called I Care a Lot. And I do have to say I very much enjoyed the movie. That being said, every character in it was competently played terribly. They're all terrible goddamn people. I couldn't stand any of them really. Especially the 2 main characters. Complete shitbags. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and start with our dab of the day. By the way, there's going to be spoilers. I'm doing a review of a movie. I'm gonna spoil it. Just a warning. I'm sorry. Get out now. And while I take this dab, I'm going to be playing the trailer for you folks at home to kind of get a feel or vibe of this movie.
Good morning, Miss Peterson. I'm sorry to disturb you so early. The court has ruled that you require assistance in taking care of yourself.
I'm fine.
I'm afraid it's not up to you to decide. The court has appointed me to be your legal guardian.
What?
You have to come with me. And remember, I'm here to help.
My name is Marla Grayson.
I'm just someone who cares.
Marla Grayson, you've had amazing success. What's your secret?
There is no secret, Peter.
She forces them into the home, auctions off their house, and uses the proceeds to pay herself.
Because caring is my job. I will grab your dick and balls, and I will rip them clean off.
Big deal maker.
I know what you do here. Your hustle. Look at all these cash cows on your wall just leaking money into your account. But Jennifer Peterson, she's off limits. She has very powerful friends who can make life uncomfortable for you.
How uncomfortable are we talking?
Hello, Marla Grayson. I don't like you.
You only just met me.
There's 2 types of people in this world. Predators and prey.
I don't lose. I won't lose. I'm never letting you go.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
I am a fucking lioness.
So what to say first about this movie? I mean, just from the trailer, you can kind of get where it's coming from. Basically, the main character, Marla Grayson, plays this legal guardian, which those of you who don't know, John Oliver has a great piece on this about how in a lot of parts of this country, public fiduciaries and legal guardianships are often abused by people committing scams. And this movie kind of touches on that. So the idea is, as a court-appointed guardian, she has complete control of someone's assets, medical and legal decisions, etc., etc. And it's used a lot for elderly people, especially those who don't have family, or their family's not able to take care of them properly. And there are, cases in which it's good to have this sort of intervention. That being said, there's not a lot of regulation on it, so of course there is a lot of abuse. And in this movie, Marla Grayson, this legal guardian, who's played by Rosamund Pike, who does a fantastic job as the leading lady. I hate her. I fucking hate her. And her girlfriend, Fran, also known as Frankie, it's like a fake nickname she doesn't like anymore, is played by Isa Gonzalez, she also does, again, a fantastic job. And she has these sort of backroom deals with a doctor in the movie, known as Dr. Amos, a nursing home director in the movie, and a judge also, in particular, this family court judge, okays a lot of the decisions that put her... The judge does seem to come at it at a more justified angle. He's lied to a bunch, and he kind of just buys it hook, line, and sinker like a sucker. And what Marla Grayson does is that she makes these backroom deals with this Dr. Amos, with a lot of her patients, to offload the more irritating, high-maintenance ones who don't have a lot of family, etc. Sort of like a kickback kind of thing. And so as a result, Dr. Amos reports these patients who she, again, exaggerates the symptoms they may have, to get this emergent hearing okayed by the family courts, so the main character, Marla, can step in as a legal guardian, put them in a home, a nursing home, and then start selling off their property slowly, and then reaping profits as a result. Because their time, it does cost money. Exorbitant amounts. And the movie starts out about a particular character that this happened to, who's basically locked away in a nursing home, and her son isn't able to see her anymore. And of course, the son, he objects to a lot of actions that the nursing home takes, and that Marla, the guardian, takes. And he's a good old boy, I thought his red hat was a Trump hat at first, Either way, he'd be justified in his anger in the situation. This woman basically came in as robbing his mother and stopping him from even being able to see her, which does tie in a great deal towards the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. And the angry son, his name is Feldstrom. He's played by actor Macon Blair, who does a fantastic job. I kind of like the son, actually. I would almost say that Feldstrom is the hero of this movie. And then moving on, Dr. Amos, that unethical doctor I was talking about earlier, in a discussion with our main character Marla, brings up a character that's going to become more in our main realm of characters as a cherry. Her name is Miss Peterson, and she is a wealthy older woman with memory loss, no children, and no known family members. So, of course, the doctor agrees to exaggerate her symptoms in exchange for some stock that Marla owns in a retirement community, which has to be unethical, if not illegal. So, of course, with this deal secured, our main character Marla just strolls over to this woman's beautiful house, kidnaps her to go to I think it's the Golden Oaks retirement home, again, where she has a deal with the director there. And then starts just selling off and auctioning off her things, like within the same day. It's amazing. And then she finds a key to a safety deposit box that she goes to. Marla, she finds this key in Miss Peterson's house, goes and finds a fuck ton of illegal looking diamonds, very expensive looking diamonds, and hides these things because she knows that, that they're not official, whatever that means. I guess she didn't find any paperwork on the diamonds anywhere. So, Crooks. Of course, this whole time she's being backed up by, I guess she works in the office as well, but her girlfriend, dash main assistant and bodyguard dash henchman, she's a very versatile girlfriend, Fran, is backing her up the entire time, also putting herself in danger with all this borderline illegal activity. But then they eventually find out that Miss Peterson has some ties to some very powerful people. She's approached by a very smarmy lawyer who, threatens her with death and also offers her hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribe money. So that's a red fucking flag right there that these people aren't to be fucked with. But the movie continues anyways. Lawyer to go fuck himself, and going through the motions of the movie, it turns out not only does she have some powerful friends, this powerful friend who hired the lawyer and really wants those diamonds back as well is Miss Peterson's son. And it turns out Miss Peterson doesn't exist. Her identity is a complete sham concocted from a dead 3-year-old. And she's really some 60-year-old Russian mafia woman. And her son is this little badass mafia person played by Peter Dinklage. I gotta say, Peter Dinklage has got a rockin' ass beard in this movie. Dude, Peter Dinklage has never looked cooler than this movie. Badass thug Peter Dinklage with a beard and a suit. That is one dwarf I would not fuck with. Our main character Marla and her little girlfriend Fran were fucking with Russian mafiosos this whole time, which we all know. You don't fuck with the Russian mafia. They're fucking heartless, man. They will harvest all of your body parts and do crocodile off your mother's skull. Eventually, a bunch of shit goes down. Peter Dinklage tries to murder both Fran and our main character Marla, which somehow his henchmen don't completely do right because he ordered for it to be done organically. So, they claim it was, the way that they tried to kill Marla is they, put her in a moving car going into a lake after shoving alcohol up her nose with tubes and putting a fifth of vodka in her lap. Which could have worked, in their defense. And then they also beat the shit out of Fran and left a gas oven on and put her right next to it. Which, again, could have worked and would have worked if Marla didn't survive and then go save her from the apartment. Because Marla, as much as I hate her, is a badass. And she's got balls. Huge lady balls. And Marla and Fran come back and are able to pull off a successful kidnapping of this ex-Russian mafioso boss, which kind of leaves you scratching your head yeah, Marla's badass, but how'd they pull this off? I mean, I know all of his henchmen got fucked over earlier in the movie, but you think they'd have better security? Not to mention the use of tasers in this movie. They use tasers a lot. Earlier on in the movie, when some of Peter Dinklage's goons tried to save his mom from the nursing home. They fail, by the way. They use a taser to take out the director. Fucking tase him right in the throat. It's pretty badass. But just fucking insane taser. It's a little cube ones with, like, you see the lightning shooting out of it. It's pretty cool. And, not the lightning, but the sparks, you know what I mean. And then later on in the movie, when she kidnaps Peter Dinklage, she fucking tases him with the same exact kind of taser, except this one I think had multiple attachments, because then his security guard dash driver, who did try to save him, tried to intervene, pull out a gun, but then Marla just pulled out one of the gun-type tasers, where it shoots it out, and it's got the string attached and whatnot. Fucking takes him out too. Just like a lot of tasers in this. It's a very trigger taser happy movie. There's almost more tasers than guns. Then she doesn't kill Peter. She kind of incapacitates him and leaves him naked in the road. Knowing that he has a stolen identity, he's sort of considered a John Doe when he's found. And next thing you know, Marla is his guardian. And, you know, the whole reason Marla is the way she is that she's a sociopath who wants to be wealthy. So she is demanding $10 million from Peter, which he grants, but then he also goes into business with her because he realizes that she's a badass and he's a crime lord. So, you know, it does jive. That part of the movie, as much as I wanted him to just slice her throat, like literally the entire movie is you just waiting for Marla to get murdered because she is just a truly awful human being. The actress who played her deserves some fucking awards for this. Playing such a despicable person, that takes talent. And, of course he doesn't. They go into business together, and then she's like a big-time CEO of a company that sort of handles guardianship. He's funding a lot of this. And then finally, our hero of the movie comes in. The angry son from the beginning, Feldstrom. He comes in and, you know, his mom tragically died in the nursing home, penniless and alone. Her son not being able to visit her in her dying days. He comes in a flash of glory with his little revolver and finally puts a rest to Marla Grayson and the amount of horrendous acts that she has committed. How many people's lives did she ruin? I mean, on that clipboard, she just has pictures and pictures of her clients. And it's funny because this movie, they try and make you cheer for Marla and her girlfriend halfway through, like it's a tragic love story, and she's just a misunderstood go-getter. It's basically a feminist Scarface. I disagree. Marla was fucking terrible. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you're a terrible human being, then you're fucking scum, as far as I'm concerned. Eat a bag of dicks. Marla gets murdered by Feldstrom. I saved you 2 hours. I actually did very much enjoy this movie. It was very captivating, gets me interested the whole time, and just left me with a sort of, it's a bit of a bummer, but it just sort of left me with like a what the fuck feeling, to be honest. Movie made me kind of angry. It's an infuriating movie, but it's good. I will go ahead and give it 7.5 out of 10 stars. That's right, I'm going with a 10-star review on this one. More dab, and then we're going to be watching a more complete death scene of Marla dying. Yeah, die, bitch.
I don't have time.
My mom died. Help! Help! You never let me see her. She died in there alone. The weapon! Fucking! Someone call him!
Baby, you're gonna be good. Look at me, baby. Look at me. Look at me. Help! Help! Marla. No, Marla.
So with all the success